Imagine you lean in for the most romantic moment of your life. The lights are low. The music is fading. You close your eyes, tilt your head, and press your lips against someone else's. In that exact fraction of a second, your brain floods with oxytocin, the love hormone. Your heart rate spikes. Your pupils dilate. You think this is the pinnacle of human romance. You think you are experiencing love in its purest, most ancient form. You think you know exactly why we kiss. You are disgustingly wrong. If you strip away the poetry, the movies, and the romance, what is actually happening in that moment? Two biological organisms are smashing their primary food intake orifices together and swapping 80 million live bacteria in a span of 10 seconds. You are exchanging saliva, dead skin cells, food particles, and microbes. It is objectively one of the most unsanitary, dangerous things you can do to another human being without drawing blood. So why do we do it? Why does our brain reward us with massive hits of dopamine for doing something so inherently gross? To understand this, you have to realize that your body does not care about romance. Your body cares about one thing and one thing only: survival. And to survive, your body needs data. When you get close enough to someone to kiss them, you are entering their chemical aura. You are inhaling their pheromones. You are tasting their sebum. But most importantly, you are sniffing out their major histocompatibility complex, or MHC. This is a cluster of genes that controls the immune system. Your subconscious brain is acting like a bioscanner. It is desperately trying to read the other person's genetic code. Biology wants you to mate with someone who has an immune system that is completely different from yours. If your immune system is weak against a certain type of flu, but their immune system is strong against it, your potential children will inherit both strengths. They will be bulletproof. When you kiss, your brain is instantly calculating whether this person's MHC genes are a match for your own. If they are too similar, your brain pulls the alarm. The kiss feels boring, dead, or even slightly repulsive. The spark isn't there. But if their genes are completely different, your brain floods your system with dopamine. You feel fireworks. You think it's true love. It isn't. It's just your immune system swiping right. But if this is just about smelling someone's genes, why do we need the saliva? Animals sniff each other all the time to check genetics. Dogs sniff behinds. Cats rub faces. Why do humans have to actually lock lips and exchange fluids? The answer goes much deeper than just scanning for genes. It is about chemical manipulation. Men and women exchange completely different things during a kiss. When a man kisses a woman, his saliva contains traces of testosterone. Over weeks and months of repeated kissing, he is literally microdosing her with testosterone. This hormone slowly raises her libido, making her more receptive to reproduction. He is chemically hacking her brain through his saliva. Meanwhile, she is using the saliva to measure his health. Saliva contains traces of cortisol, the stress hormone. If his cortisol is too high, it means he is unhealthy, stressed, and a bad biological bet. Her brain will secretly register this, and the attraction will slowly fade. You think you are having a romantic moment, but you are actually engaged in a high-stakes, invisible chemical interrogation. Every single kiss is a biological polygraph test. But where did this come from? How did early humans look at each other hundreds of thousands of years ago and decide that swapping spit was a good idea? For decades, anthropologists believed they had the absolute, definitive answer. They called it the pre-mastication theory. Before the invention of baby food or blenders, or even cooking, how did early human mothers feed their infants when the babies transitioned off milk but didn't have teeth yet? The mother would chew the tough raw meat and roots in her own mouth until it was a soft paste, and then she would pass it directly from her lips into the baby's mouth. It is called kiss feeding. Scientists looked at this and thought they had solved the puzzle. They claimed that kissing evolved from this maternal act of feeding. It was a gesture of ultimate trust and nourishment. As humans evolved, this act of lip-to-lip contact was simply repurposed for adults to show affection. It was a beautiful, heartwarming explanation. It made perfect sense. It was also completely wrong. We now know that the pre-mastication theory is a trap. It is a comforting lie we tell ourselves because the real truth is much, much darker. If kissing was just about trust and affection, born from mothers feeding babies, then every human culture on Earth would kiss. But they don't. When European explorers first traveled the world in the 1800s, they found that more than half of the human societies on the planet had absolutely no idea what kissing was. Entire tribes in the Amazon, indigenous groups in Australia, and societies in the Pacific Islands found the concept of kissing absolutely repulsive. When explorers tried to explain it, the indigenous people thought it was a gross, unhygienic European disease. If kissing was a universal human instinct born from motherhood, everyone would do it. But kissing is not an instinct. It is an adaptation. And it is an adaptation built for a specific terrifying purpose. We don't kiss to show affection. We don't kiss to replicate motherhood. We kiss to go to war. Think about what actually happens when you swap 80 million bacteria with another human being. You are cross-contaminating your immune systems. You are deliberately infecting each other. In the ancient world, before modern medicine, diseases were a death sentence. And the most dangerous time for a human being to get sick was during pregnancy. If a pregnant woman contracted a virus, it could easily kill her and the child. One of the most dangerous viruses in human history is called cytomegalovirus. It lives in saliva. If a woman catches it while she is pregnant, it is catastrophic. But if she catches it before she gets pregnant, her immune system builds a defense, and she is perfectly fine. So how does biology solve this? How does biology ensure that a woman is exposed to a man's specific viruses before she gets pregnant with his child? By forcing them to swap saliva for months before reproduction happens. Kissing is not a romantic gesture. It is an inoculation program. It is a biological testing ground. When you kiss someone, you are willingly taking a sample of every virus, every bacteria, and every pathogen living inside their body, and you are introducing it into your own system. You are training your white blood cells. You are running a simulation of the diseases you will face if you choose to build a life with this person. You are letting them infect you so that you can survive them later. Every time you lock lips, you are not expressing love. You are opening the gates of your immune system and inviting a foreign army inside. You are testing your defenses. You are doing the most dangerous, unsanitary, biologically risky thing possible. All wrapped up in a rush of dopamine so you don't realize what is actually happening. So the next time the lights are low, the next time the music is fading, the next time you close your eyes, tilt your head, and lean in for the most romantic moment of your life. Just remember, you are going to war.